Ever wondered why site speed is an essential factor in web development? Well, let's dive into it. Site speed is the time it takes for a web page to load and become fully interactive. It may seem like a mere technical detail, but it's so much more. It's a critical element that can make or break the user experience on your website. Imagine waiting for more than a few seconds for a page to load. It's frustrating, isn't it? That's exactly how your users feel when your website takes too long to load. This not only affects the user experience, but also your website's visibility on search engines. Search engines like Google prioritize faster websites, affecting your website's search engine rankings. So site speed is not just about quick loading times, it's about providing a superior user experience and gaining a competitive edge. Remember, in the digital world, every second counts. To improve site speed, grasp the metrics that measure it first. So let's dive into the world of site speed metrics. These are the tools you'll use to measure how quickly your site is performing, and they're essential to understand if you want to make your site as fast as possible. First up, we have time to first byte, or TTFB for short. This is the time it takes for a user's browser to receive the first byte of data from your server. The lower your TTFB, the faster your server responds, and the quicker your site starts to load. For an optimal user experience, aim for a TTFB under 200 milliseconds. Next, let's talk about First Contentful Paint, often abbreviated as FCP. This metric measures the time it takes for the first piece of content to be painted on your site. Whether it's text, an image, or a video, the quicker this happens, the better. The goal here is to have an FCP under 1 second. Lastly, we have Time to Interactive, known as TTI. This is the time it takes for your site to become fully interactive, meaning all the elements on your page are functional, and users can interact with them. You want your TTI to be as low as possible, ideally under 5 seconds. Why should developers pay attention to these metrics? Well, they provide a clear picture of how your site is performing. High TTFB can indicate server issues, while long FCP and TTI times may suggest that your site's content is too heavy or not properly optimized. By monitoring these metrics, you can identify areas of your site that need improvement. Maybe your server is slow to respond, or perhaps your site's content takes too long to load. Whatever the case, these metrics will help you pinpoint the problem and guide you towards the solution. So, there you have it. The world of site speed metrics demystified. Remember, it's not just about making your site faster. It's about understanding why it's slow in the first place and using these metrics to guide your optimization efforts. Knowing these metrics inside out is the first step to optimizing your site speed. Improving site speed might sound technical, but it's a process that can be broken down into actionable steps. Let's dive in and take a deeper look at these steps. First on the list is optimizing images. High-quality images are great for visual appeal, but they can also be the culprits slowing down your site. The trick is to strike a balance between quality and file size. Tools like Photoshop or online image compressors can reduce image file sizes without compromising on the visual quality. Remember, every kilobyte counts. Next, let's talk about minifying CSS and JavaScript. This is all about reducing the size of your site's code. Minifying essentially means removing unnecessary characters from your code, like spaces, line breaks, and comments, without changing its functionality. This can be done manually, but there are also tools available that can automate this process. Minification can result in a significantly smaller file size, leading to faster load times. Then we have leveraging browser caching. When someone visits your site, the elements of your web page, such as images, CSS, and JavaScript files, are stored on their device in a cache or temporary storage. This means that when they revisit your site, their browser can load the page without having to send another HTTP request to the server. By setting an expiry date or a maximum age in the HTTP headers, you can control how long these files are stored on their devices. The longer, the better. And finally, let's discuss using a Content Delivery Network, or CDN. A CDN is a network of servers located all around the world. When a user visits your site, the CDN redirects them to the server that's geographically closest to them. This shortens the distance that your data needs to travel, resulting in faster load times. To recap, we've discussed 4 key steps to improve site speed. First, optimize your images to reduce their file size. Second, minify your CSS and JavaScript to trim down your code. Third, leverage browser caching to save elements of your site on users' devices. And fourth, use a CDN to shorten the distance your data needs to travel. Each step, when executed correctly, contributes significantly to enhancing your site speed. By implementing these steps, you're not just speeding up your site, you're also improving the user experience, which can boost your site's visibility and conversion rates. So, the next time you're working on your website, remember these steps and watch your site speed soar. You don't have to go it alone. Many tools can assist you in your quest for speed. As web developers, we're fortunate to have a variety of tools at our disposal that can make the task of optimizing site speed less daunting. Let's dive in and explore some of these tools. First off, there's Google PageSpeed Insights. As you may have guessed, this tool comes from the tech giant Google. It's a free tool that analyzes the content of a web page and then generates suggestions to make that page faster. It's particularly useful because it provides both mobile and desktop speed scores, giving you a comprehensive view of your site's performance across devices. Next up, we have GTmetrix. This tool goes beyond just providing a performance score. It gives you a deep dive into your site's speed performance, offering a waterfall breakdown and a video playback of your page load. It can help you pinpoint exactly where and when the load speed bottlenecks are occurring. Then there's Pingdom. Another popular tool, Pingdom, provides insights into your website's speed and performance. It's particularly known for its user-friendly interface and clear, easy-to-understand reports. Pingdom also offers performance monitoring, ensuring you're always in the loop about any speed-related issues that might pop up. All these tools not only provide you with insights into your site's speed performance, but also offer actionable recommendations for improvement. They can help you identify areas of your site that are slowing it down, from large, unoptimized images to unnecessary JavaScript. However, remember that these tools are just guides. They can provide valuable insights and suggestions, but it's up to you to implement these recommendations and continuously monitor your site's performance. Armed with these tools, you are well equipped to tackle any site speed issues head-on. Remember, the need for speed is not just about improving user experience, it's also about improving your site's visibility on search engines. So, get out there, use these tools and start optimizing your site's speed today. In the fast-paced world of the internet, every second counts. The speed at which your website loads is not just a matter of convenience for your users, but a critical factor that can make or break their experience. A slow-loading site can lead to a high bounce rate, reduced user engagement, and ultimately lower search engine rankings. This is why site speed should never be an afterthought when developing or maintaining a website. Just like the speedometer in your car, there are certain metrics that help measure the speed of a website. These include time to first byte, start render, and page load time, among others. Understanding these metrics is the first step towards improving your site's speed. Of course, knowing your speed is one thing, but improving it is another. It's a step-by-step process that involves optimizing your images, leveraging browser caching, reducing server response time, minimizing HTTP requests, and more. Each of these steps, when properly executed, can shave off precious milliseconds from your site's load time. But you don't have to tackle this challenge alone. There are numerous tools available that can help you in your quest for speed. From comprehensive site speed testing tools like Google's PageSpeed Insights and GTmetrix, to image optimization tools like TinyPNG and caching plugins like W3 Total Cache, you have an arsenal at your disposal to help improve your site's performance. Remember, the digital landscape is ever evolving. New technologies and best practices emerge regularly, and staying updated is key to maintaining a fast and efficient website. Speed optimization is not a project with a clear end date. It's an ongoing process that requires regular check-ins and adjustments. In conclusion, site speed is not just about delivering content faster, it's about creating a seamless and enjoyable user experience, improving your search engine rankings, and ultimately growing your online presence. Remember, improving site speed is not a one-time task but an ongoing process. Stay vigilant, stay fast.